What's going on there, guys? My name is Matt, or Chewy as most of you will know me as, and today we are doing an unboxing and first look at the Thrustmaster A-18C Hornet grip add-on. I also want to talk about whether this product is the correct one for you who may be debating purchasing it. The grip retails at just under 194 Great British pounds on the Thrustmaster eShop, although has recently been on sale for £144. There will also be news in the coming weeks on this very channel about how you can save yourself some money on the grip if you are not able to pick it up in time for the discount currently on the site at time of recording. As you can see, it comes in really secure and nicely looking packaging with an awesome box for storage if you do wish to switch between the A-10C, F-16C and F-A-18C grip. Hot switching the grips are incredibly easy to do and take a matter of seconds, so you can both virtually and physically switch from different cockpits in less time than it will take the ground crew to refuel and rearm. The grip continues to build on the well-established HOTAS Warthog with a really sturdy build quality overall. Just how I imagine they must have designed it for real-world use, the FA-18 grip has all of the different switches, buttons and hat switches with very individualistic feels to them and satisfying different clicks. Key product features includes a life-size 1:1 scale replica of the FA-18C Hornet flight stick handle, metal grip design with durable industrial-grade materials for an authentic feel and maximum product lifespan. 19 action buttons, including a realistic 2-step trigger and one 8-direction point-of-view hat switch. The same number of inputs as the HOTAS Warthog control stick. Native integration to the game DCS by the dedicated FA-18C module, nearly identical stick to that which is used in the AV-8B Night Attack and the F-15E Strike Eagle, and also the grip is backwards compatible with two of the best-selling Thrustmaster joystick bases, as I've already mentioned, the HOTAS Warthog and the HOTAS Cougar, which are both sold separately. You can of course fully customize the various switches and buttons in your sim of choice. However, the thing that I love most about the grip is that it is completely plug and play with the FA-18 Hornet module within Digital Combat Simulator. You simply need to attach the grip to the base, and when you load into the module, all of the buttons and switches will be correct for the FA-18C. So, without further ado, let's take a quick look at the Hornet grip in the DCS FA-18C Hornet module. First of all, just before getting actually into the content, apologies for any weird artifacts and pixelations you see on the screen here in this gameplay footage. It was something to do with the recording process that I have, and I'm not too sure what's causing it, so hopefully it's not too much of a distraction for you all today, and I'll try and get it fixed for the next video. First up though in the sim, having a look at the nose wheel steering disengage paddle and also the nose wheel steering designate button, which are both located on the front side of the grip. And you'll be able to see NWS on the HUD there, which indicates that nose wheel steering is engaged. I'm not too sure exactly what speed on the takeoff roll you undesignate the nose wheel steering, but again, this is all automatically assigned in the simulator as soon as you connect the grip to it. There we go, you can see already through 100 knots I've done that. And so it was as simple as that really, just testing to make sure it worked straight away, which it all did with the high nose wheel steering as well, which can be used for a range of different things as well, not just the disengage paddle, it's also the autopilot disengage paddle and for high G maneuvering, which you'll see later. Next up, having a look at the trim hat switch, which is an 8-way hat switch on the main kind of, I guess, section for your thumb on the grip as well. So just testing to make sure that all of that was working, trying to keep the aircraft nice and level and in trim, and then deliberately pressing my thumb in various directions to see whether the aircraft moved out of trim, which you can see that it does, and then using the counter direction to that to bring the aircraft nice and level again. And you can see that there's really not too much that I'm having to do to the aircraft, not really too much maneuvering that I'm having to do with the actual stick itself, just to correct things, which I guess is a testimony to how beautiful the Hornet is here to fly. Next up, checking the Recce Switch, which simply toggles air to air mode, and then also the weapon select switch and making sure that that works correctly. And this is a great way with your thumb just to cycle between the different weapons that you've got selected. And I've loaded the aircraft with a number of different ones. Obviously you've got the AIM-7s, AIM-9s, AIM-120s, and the actual gun itself. So firing off a few AIM-7s there that we've got on board, and then a few AIM-9s. I didn't have any AIM-120s on board, but you can see all of those. Just making sure that the trigger's working as well. So you simply select them with the weapon select switch, and then use that two-step trigger to fire them, which is also what you do with the gun as well. And I have to say, it's incredibly satisfying. Also moving between the different modes on the HUD there for the bore sight mode and everything for the gun, and testing that that's all working as well, which you use for the sensor control switch. And yeah, it's very satisfying using the gun, I have to say, with the two-step trigger. Air to ground mode next, not selecting any targets or anything, but just got a couple of drop bombs on there, and you use the weapon release button, and obviously it tries to select one from each side, so 4 bombs there, making sure that they just go off, and no problems with that whatsoever. Back to the gun mode, just because I couldn't resist it. I don't know why I'm in air-to-air mode at the moment, but yeah, I don't think it makes too much of a difference. And as you can see, you'll see my incredible fighter pilot prowess with this one. I was having way too much fun just shooting targets and pointing my nose at the ground to realise just how low I was and what an awful angle that was to be approaching from. Another really cool thing, I talked about the autopilot and nose wheel steering disengage paddle earlier on, but you'll also notice with the camera angle on the grip there that that same paddle is also used to move to high G maneuvers. So we're pulling back at 90 degrees, but then as soon as you pull that paddle, you're able to maneuver with some more Gs, which can eventually lead to blacking out if you hold it for too long at too high speed. So be careful with that one, but useful to have. So, final impressions then of the Thrustmaster FA-18C Hornet grip. I absolutely love this thing, and certainly see it as the gateway for me getting more and more involved with DCS again, hopefully, even though I am still very much a noob and have a lot to learn. The plug and play ability of it really makes it useful for people wanting to get into the Hornet and not have to worry too much about the hardware that they're using and setting up lots of different commands. It means that you can get straight into the cockpit and start learning, knowing that everything is going to be working. Also, the fact that it is hot switchable and the fact that it works with both the Cougar and Warthog base that Thrustmaster offer makes it that much more adaptable for those of you at home. So thank you very much to Thrustmaster for sending across the grip for me to try. I'm very much looking forward to it being now a permanent part of my setup. I'll be back next month with another Thrustmaster sponsored video. I hope you can tune in for that one. Please leave a comment if you liked the video. Thanks very much for watching.